everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm doing another collaboration with Holly over from the HOLLYCOPTER. Her videos are absolutely amazing, as I'm sure you guys already know, but we've collabed today on a redeco of the Kiibru pumpkin. So yeah, if you go over to her channel and see that thumbnail, make sure to click on it. I will leave the link to that down in the description down below so it's even better for you. But yeah, this is the pumpkin that I decided to redeco. Mine was orange and ended up in like kawaii colours, and Holly's was kawaii colours and ended up being orange, which I find quite funny, as to be honest that wasn't even planned. We just decided to redeco the Kiibru pumpkin as we both have one. This squishy, it actually squishes really nicely, and I love the texture of this one. It's so smooth and I just love it, but I felt like it just needed a little bit extra. And to be honest, I'm fed up with seeing a lot of orange around at the moment, because orange isn't one of my favourite colours, but pinks, purples, blues, you know, all the pastels, they are. So I figured I would just make it a little bit more to taste. So anyway, what I went ahead and did was I cut off the top of the pumpkin, and you're probably thinking, Chelsey, what are you doing? You're supposed to be making this squishy better, not worse, but that's what I went ahead and did. Now I made sure like the bit that I cut out was kind of like beveled down a little bit, and then I went ahead and just smoothed out the edges to make them nice and round. Next, taking some offcuts of memory foam, I just drew out some sweet shapes and cut these out, and I just made sure they was all rounded off, nice and like kind of smooth, and just nice shapes really to pop on the top of my pumpkin. What I went ahead and did for the like little sweet wrapper ones was actually use some scalloped edge scissors to get a really nice kind of like scalloped edge on the end, rather than using my like normal scissors, because this just works out really nicely and is really effective. I also made this shape here, which was meant to be a little lollipop, and I actually made two of each of the shape just so that it kind of looked like it was a little bit fuller, rather than just, you know, two sweets kind of plonked on top. With the lollipop, I did make it a little bit thick, so I was able to cut that in half, and I actually only had to cut out one of those shapes, which was just fantastic, and I would totally recommend that to save you some time. So once I had all the shapes, I just went ahead and hot glued them on the top. To be honest, if I was to do this again, I probably wouldn't have used hot glue on this particular squishy, because I did actually need quite a lot of it to stick all the pieces down, and it did make it a little bit hard. I always say this in all my videos, if you're going to be doing DIYs, you can pick whatever glue you want, and I usually prefer hot glue, but in this case I wish I used fabric glue. Once all of like the bits and everything were in place, I then went ahead and just took some white puffy paint mixture and started painting the whole entirety of the shape, including like the pumpkin, including the little sweets, including the handle, just everything. I coated it in white, and I did it twice over, to like leaving it dry after the first layer, and then coated it again. And then I went in ahead and did exactly the same thing again, just with a light pink colour. I actually went ahead and added some pink puffy paint to the white mixture and created this colour, and I did 3 layers of that in total, leaving it to dry in between each layer. It did take me quite a few days to film this video. I think I've been filming it for like a good week now, which you may be able to see like the sleeves of my jumper and everything change from like shot to shot, because yeah, it was over a week. But yeah, I ended up with 5 layers in total, 2 of the white, 3 of the pink. Once all those layers were completely dry, everything like that, it was all completely set, I just then went ahead and started painting back in the details that I wanted. So I went in with a brown first of all to make the lollipop sticks, and then going in with a blue, I just painted like one of the sweets. I then used some purple, I used some green for the other lollipop, and yeah, I just painted them all in, just in colours that I liked. Now this was a little bit tricky, and you're probably thinking, Chelsey, why didn't you just paint the sweets before kind of putting them on? Well, the reason that I did it like this was just so that the squishy would end up more slow rising. I found in the past, like when I've kind of made separate squishies and then like attached them after I've painted them, they can sometimes like let out a lot of air, and then like you lose the slow risingness of the original squishy. So I decided against that this time, and I made life a little bit more complicated for myself by doing it this way, but it did turn out better overall, so that's why I've done it this way. The purple colour was a little bit opaque, so I did actually do 2 layers of the purple sweet. I didn't film that because, you know, it's just me painting the purple sweet, but yeah, I did 2 layers of that one in total. So another day now, I actually went ahead with the same pink colour that I used like for the overall kind of squishy, and I just painted on some details on each of the sweets. So I did swirl on one of the lollipops, I did some like little stripes on like the little sweets. I did some dots on another one of the lollipops, and then the same kind of like stripes and everything on the last purple sweet. I think this just gave it an extra bit of detail, a bit of kind of oomph to the kind of sweets, made them stand out a little bit more rather than just being colours plonked on. So this is when I realised that I'd kind of put the handle like in the wrong place, because now I had like a seam going down like the very front of each side, which was really annoying. So if you do make this squishy, make sure like the handle is facing like from seam to seam so that the seam isn't right through your face. But anyway, I went ahead and just like plopped on a little kind of happy-ish pumpkin face. I didn't want to make it my usual cute face because, you know, it is supposed to be like a little pumpkin basket thing that you take out trick-or-treating. But yeah, I thought this was a cute little face, like with a little smile. And even though it does still have the triangle eyes, I think it looks really effective and really cute still. So yeah, I'm really happy with the face that I chose to do here. You can of course do whatever face you want to. You can make it more like original or something like that, but I just like this little face because I think it's so cute. It's got like a massive smile and I love it. I also then went ahead and popped my usual faces on each of the sweets. I just love these faces so much, and because I couldn't put them on the pumpkin like basket itself, I wanted to put it on the sweets inside just to make them look like they're having a real fun time. So I actually just switched up the faces a little bit. I put some with like with an open mouth, some with a little kind of smiley mouth, some with like a little winky eye, and yeah, I just think it looks really cute and they all look like they had their own little characters. I did go ahead with some white puffy paint also and add some highlight to each of the sweets eyes and the actual pumpkin basket size. And I also added some of that original pink inside the open mouth to act as tongues. So I then let that paint set for about another hour or so, and once that was completely dry, my squishy was then redecoed and made into a cute little kawaii kind of sweet basket all ready for Halloween. I think it's so cute and it's so different to the original. Obviously you can still love the original at the same time. It's absolutely fine. I do actually really love that squishy, and I do actually have another one. That's why I wasn't really even bothered about doing one of them as a redeco, because now I've got kind of two squishies instead of just both of the same, and this one is like one of a kind. So you know, that's why I love redecoing squishies so much, and I'm so happy to be part of this community and doing this collab because it's so fun. And yeah, thank you to everyone for being so lovely to me, especially in the squishy community, for having me. I just feel so loved, and yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please make sure to check out Holly's video. I will leave it down in the description like I said at the start. So yeah, hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye.